next guest stars one of the biggest shows on TV, playing FBI agent Kurt Weller on NBC's Blind Spot. He also flexed his muscles in 300. Yeah, he did. Rise of an Empire 300. We all love that movie. And it's like a pop culture phenomenon. Everyone spoofs SNL. Everyone spoofs that. Sullivan Stapleton, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
And we call you Sully, right?
Yeah.
Look, welcome
Everyone
to the
does.
table, man. Okay, cool. Well, listen.
Except Kay, you know.
No, Kay can call you Sully.
You got in trouble.
And maybe after the interview, we'll be friends enough to call it. You can't call people by nicknames until you know them.
No,
only you do that.
I'm Australian.
See,
we basically shorten every name.
Aussie rules.
No rules, just right. That's what they say.
Exactly.
All right, Sully, listen. You grew up in Australia, obviously.
Yeah.
We all grew up with American football, the NFL. I love hearing international perspectives. When you watch the game, man, when you look at the NFL, what do you think when you see it? Do you like it?
Yeah, I do, but I want to know who they are, because why are they wearing all those pads?
Okay. All right. So what does that mean? Are they soft or something?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But we don't wear those pads in Australia. So I don't know whether that makes us dumb or just tougher. But, you know, it's kind of, yeah, we don't wear the pads.
It's a good GMFB poll. Does it make them dumb or tougher?
Social. Aussies are so cool.
You're a New Yorker.
Yeah, but we don't wear the pads.
I know, no pads.
You know, that's stupid.
You're a New Yorker now. You have to have a team. Do you like the Jets or the Giants?
Giants.
Why?
Well, one, Rob Brown, two, Brad Wing.
Okay.
Okay. So, you know, the Giants wear pads too, though, so, I mean, they're
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, listen.
I'd wear pads too if I was playing.
You got it, man. You see the
size of the
size of some
field
of
with
those
those guys, I'd be like, no, give me the pads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we hear that on the set of Blind Spot that the crew, you guys like to throw the football around. All right, so who in the cast, who you work with, who's the quarterback, who's the kicker? Who would you put in your starting lineup?
I'd say Rob Brown.
Oh, there you guys are. Look at that.
He'd be the quarterback. I'd be the kicker.
Look
you're
at
the
this.
kicker?
Well, there you go.
So tell me, what are we looking at
That was
here?
that kick. And then Rob just going, wow. And, yeah.
This is on set of the Blind Spot. That's
Yeah.
incredible. During
So
break.
this is, you know, I mean, this is us having fun.
Is that what you do all the
that's
time?
Quayle, you know, so, you know, Quayle's got some good hands.
While you guys are doing this, they're setting their fantasy football lineups. I heard that the entire crew, some of the people you're on the show with, love fantasy football. Guess what? So do like 57 million people.
Yeah.
So what do I have to do to get you to play fantasy football? Come on.
Give me more time off work.
Yeah.
Or give me less
Well,
dialogue.
they seem to get it done.
They
You guys,
do, you're
you guys are
right. This
throwing
is
the
the
ball
style.
around.
You know, you're sort of sitting there and, you know, you're just watching the crew in between takes or whatever, and they're talking about teams. I'm like, what are you talking about, the games last night? And they're like, no, we're building a team. Fantasy stuff. And I'm like, I've got different kind of fantasies. It's got nothing to do with football.
Different. I love that. We all have those. Well, let me ask you this fantasy. It just occurred to me, all right? What if you did have to build a fantasy lineup with Australian actors, all right? Who's your top pick? Who do you got? Who's on your team? There's
the
legends
number
out
one
there.
draft
Yeah,
pick?
who's your number one overall?
What are some examples? I'm sure you've
Well, the
got
Hemsworths.
The Hemsworths?
What? I mean, are you talking about actors that could play or whatever? I'd go the Hemsworths.
I mean, in
or
just
just
terms
actors
of
in
greatness.
general, in terms of like if we were doing an Australian acting fantasy team.
Yeah, like who are the best
actors
actors?
out of Australia?
You can take the Hemsworths before Russell Crowe?
Hugh Jackman.
I would.
Russell, well, you know. Russell
Hey!
Crowe, you know, they're a bit younger and probably fitter than both me and Russell. They're the Hemsworths. You know, he plays Thor.
All the Americans are sitting around saying, what about Paul Hogan? What about Crocodile Dundee, the guy in the Subaru commercials?
I know. They're also a bit long in the tooth.
No, Sullivan's
you know,
got this right.
they're
It's
the coaches. You know, they're the owners.
I hear you. Right,
you
they're
know,
the owners of this, guys. I hear
Russell
you.
Crowe probably own us and, you know, chuck us out on the field. But yeah, the Hemsworths. Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Wolverine?
Yeah, he can still move.
Adamantium? Come on.
He
No,
can
100%.
move.
We like to talk in football, like if you had to win one game, you know, would you want Tom Brady or Peyton Manning? What if you had to win an Oscar? Do you want Russell Crowe or Hugh Jackman in the scene with you?
Both of them, as long as I was winning the Oscar.
No.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because unfortunately, I don't want either of them in that scene, because one of them would probably get the Oscar.
Well, listen, Blind Spot has been awesome. It's on NBC. We love it. We have a clip. You want to take a look at some Blind Spot?
I do.
Do it,
Let's
right?
do
Let's
it.
go. Show. Let's roll the clip.
And what about you? You seem pretty fearless out there.
I'm a Pakistani-born Hindu woman working in American intelligence. I have to be fearless, or I'd never make up the ladder.
Hindus can drink.
Hindus can do a lot of things. But I'm only about as much Hindu as you are Catholic.
How'd you know I was Catholic?
I'm gonna say I know everything.
Except for how to mind your own business.
Now, you're all smiles here, but I love the voice, like the
me
flip
too.
of the switch. Can you say, I love Good Morning Football in that voice? Just that demeanor?
Of course I can. I love football. Go the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just such like a... ooh,
flips it on,
you could
right?
do that.
Yeah.
Listen, your show Blind Spot is all about, there's tattoos, your co-star's body is full of them, and it's all about deciphering them. So we have some tattoos on NFL bodies that are a little bit mysterious
Yeah, if you're the
as well.
character.
Let's take a look at some of these, and maybe you'll help crack the code
Give us
behind
the first tattoo.
them.
That's
Take a look at
Von
this.
Miller. If that was the clue in the case, what would you do with
What
that?
is
What do you
that?
take from that? Is that a lead?
Well, it looks like a chicken or a rooster.
Yes, that's right.
Is that a cock or a hen?
I believe the first. The first of the two that you named.
Yep.
So what, I mean, the body's at KFC or something like that? How would you follow that lead?
Finger looking good.
That's right. And on that note, let's get to the second tattoo.
All right, you're officially gone from Sullivan to Sully. We've
Now he's
crossed that
Sully.
border.
What's up,
Woo!
Sully?
Let's go on
Give
to...
me the second tattoo.
Let's go on to another tattoo here. Who we got?
This is Odell Beckham Jr., a member of your New York Giants, and it seems to be an Escape from New York theme. There's the Statue of Liberty's head.
Are you familiar with Odell?
No, I'm
Odell
not.
Beckham, okay.
But I'm familiar with that picture. There's, like, so that's a mural of New York City.
Yeah, and I think there's a Planet of the Apes thing, too. So did you have any take on that as the FBI agent? Can you get into character with that cool voice?
What does that say about him? You think?
I'd love to see his mom's face when he came home with that.
I hear that, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of artwork there.
Patient. That's what that shows.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we mentioned you are in 300 Rise of an Empire, which I loved. I had a date night with my wife, Brooke, and we watched that movie. And it's seriously, everyone saw the original. If you by chance you didn't see this, it's a better villain. There's more action. It's an incredible movie. A lot of NFL players try to embody the Spartans. They want to be you. As the guy who was the Spartan, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a famous football player? Do you want to be a rugby, Australian rules? What do you want to be?
Well, as that general, I just wanted to win the war and kill all the Persians.
And you did.
Yeah, we did. But I also wanted to say goodbye to that six-pack that we had to get for that film.
You go into fat camp, don't you?
Yeah, I did. Like real quick, and it was good, but it hurt.
Right.
I mean, that kind of training and stuff. I mean, a lot of the boys know about it. It's hardcore. And then
We know
you
all
sit-
about that.
Yeah, sure we do.
All
We
about
live in
that.
fat camp here, man. I love that.
What else
You sit there and you get a bowl of pasta and a glass of red wine after it, and I ate it,
It's
like
true.
a piglet, and
Well,
it hurt.
somehow
I
our
was
very
like,
own
no.
Nate Burleson can eat pasta bolognese
All
and
day. You
drink
athletes
wine
and you
still look like
Spartans.
that. So great.
So, Sully, I thought maybe we might need some more Australians in the conversation in the table. So we have a video of a surprise say hello to you. Guys, roll the video.
What's up, Sully? Brad Wing here from the New York Giants. I hear you went to Sandringham High School. I actually spent a bit of time in Sandringham myself playing for the Dragons. I feel like they actually really prepared me to come over here and play. Obviously, you know about Aussie rules, a lot of kicking involved. So growing up playing that sport, I think it put me in the best position to play this punter position over in American football.
That was a good surprise.
I hear you're also a new Giants fan, so we're excited to have another Aussie in Giants Nation. I hope we can get you out to a game soon, and if so, bring the Australian flag.
How about that? That's Brad Wing. He was saying, of course, how excited he is to have a new Aussie in Giants Nation. I think he talked about Sandringham High School. Is that
Yeah.
What's that like, man? What do you think? You're welcome to New York.
Wow, that was awesome. Awesome. That's a nice surprise.
To be a Giants.
Yeah, right? What is it about Aussies and punters, man? They have the best punters on the planet.
We can kick. I mean, that's sort of what AFL was based around. You pass that ball or you kick it through those posts.
Without any pads on.
And without any pads.
Yeah.
You are great,
Check
man.
out his show on NBC, Blind Spot. When can we watch it?
You can watch it Wednesdays, NBC.
Wednesdays.
8 p.m.
8
On
p.m.
NBC.
Wednesdays.